Welcome back to Big Blue Fantasy, and today we're going to be talking about the Week 1 waiver wire pickups, the free agents that you need to go get to make your fantasy football team better. Week 1 was hella confusing. A lot of good players did not perform. A lot of unexpected players performed. A lot of rookies went off. Some didn't. We had T. Higgins, who had 0 catches. We had Joe Burrow, underperformed. We had Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. There were so many people that underperformed. And then there were some running backs that got hurt, and there are other running backs that outperformed. For example, Kenneth Gainwell. He outsnapped and outperformed DeAndre Swift. There's also Tyler Algier. We knew going into the season Tyler Algier would get a role, but dude had a 50-50 role with a number 8 overall pick, and there's a lot happening. And then the injury to J.K. Dobbins, I was avoiding him all year because he has a high injury risk. You can't predict it. It has happened too many times, and guess what? It happened again. I'm not saying that he's always going to get hurt, but this was just one of the moments that was expected. You may have lost week 1. Week 1 must have been tough. There are a lot of managers that will call quits after this. Some people will trade away their favorite players, round 1 players, round 2 players who underperform because they're panicking. It's the best time to also go get those managers, trick them, and get the value. But if you're not one of those who wants to go through the stress, the whole salesman speech and everything, and you need somebody that you can have an equal advantage to pick up. And I hope you play in a league that has fab, which is you're bidding for it rather than waiver spots. I feel like the reverse order, why reward a sucky team? It should be a fair for everybody in the league to actually get it. So without further ado, make sure you like and subscribe, comment below. Let's get it started. We're going to talk about all the waiver wire pickups. This is not in any order. We're going to be looking at the running backs right now, not an order, but these are the people that you should be targeting. If this is the order you like, get it. This is just people that I am going to be targeting. I'm going to be looking forward to them. So let's get it started. So like I'm saying, Kenneth Gainwell, he is clearly the lead back at Philadelphia. Tyler Algier, he's going to get shares. And in case Bijan gets hurt, Bijan, I am not sure how to say his name. In case he gets hurt, this dude is going to kill it. He could be a fantasy superstar that can, just outperform every single person. Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. I'm not sure which one is going to be the ideal running back for Ravens. I think they might also sign a vet, maybe like Kareem Hunt, who could fit in very well in this offense, especially with the J.K. Dobbins role. It can succeed very well. Lamar Jackson did not do that good. Zay Flowers did do that good. And Jerome Ford. I think Jerome Ford behind Nick Chubb, he was getting a lot of looks, especially for rookies. And I was surprised there were a lot of rookies that actually got a good chunk of things to do this week. Rookies are coming more and more NFL ready. And it goes to show that college programs are very successful nowadays. Kelly is somebody I really like. He's somebody high on my list. He played very well with Eckler. He split right down the middle with him. He got a lot of targets. Even when the game was tied, he was still there running hard. So if anything happens to Eckler, and I think he's hurt right now, he's dealing with some ankle injury, I would give a lot of money to get him. Like if I had fab, I would get at least 17 to 20%. And that's just me, because he can be one of those running backs that wins you the entire league, and I want to bet on that. Samaje Perine, everybody knew going into the off season, and no, not even off season, going into the season, that it's going to take some time for Javonte to come back. Remember, he messed up his knee very badly, MCL, ACL, like it was destroyed. So Perine is going to get those starting roles and more targets, but I think week 3, 4, that's when we're going to see Javonte. Now, if he gets hurt or something happens, Pirine through the roof. Sean Tucker, he is the running back 2 behind White, but I am not sold on the Buccaneers like that. And then you have Herbert and Roshan Johnson. Both are on the same team. Herbert, the more experienced one, and I feel like he got the better reps. And Roshan Johnson, yes, he did score a touchdown. I felt like it was more garbage time, and they just want to see what the rookie can do. And I think he's a better blocker, and Fields needs that, but I'm going to hold my horses. Get him. Get him if he's available, and you can't get the rest of the people. He could be a league winner too. And the last person, and I think he was the most annoying person I have had or I got to watch this weekend. And not based on talent, is because he was the person getting the volume when they have Cam Akers. And I think Rams are legit in RBBC. They're having a committee there. And this dude was getting a lot of chunks. He had 2 touchdowns. All the Cam Akers owners, I am one of them. I have Cam Akers in the league. I have him as a running back too. We were all saying what the fuck. And this dude is the what the fuck. So grab him. Now let's move on to the wide receivers. Rashid Rice, you see it here. He went off with the Chiefs in the Lions game. Tony sucks. Sky Moore sucks. Everybody else sucks. I think Mahomes is going to rely on the rookie. It's worth a chance. Josh Reynolds, he could be a filler to Jameson Williams comes back. I mean, I don't know. But you know what? If you really need a wide receiver flex or whatever, he's good. But I think Nico Collins and Robert Woods and Elijah Moore, these three, Nico Collins and Robert Woods, they surprised me, especially Bobby Trees. Bobby Trees surprised me so much. I did not think he still had it in him to be this good. And Nico Collins, we all expected going in, but we weren't sure if CJ Stroud would be that guy or good enough. But I think they are good enough. So yeah, I definitely like both the Texan players, for especially for flex 2. I wouldn't say they're like wide receiver 3 numbers. They can give you some good weeks, but more often they are gonna bust. There's certain players over here in this list I really like. Jacoby Myers, one of them, where I was wondering who would be that emerging number 2 behind Devontae that can eat, and I got my answer. Jacoby Myers, the free agent that signed this offseason. He is clearly the number 2 there. I also like Allen Robinson now because Deontay is hurt. He's going to be sidelined for weeks. I think he's going to be gone for 5 to 6 weeks, and I'd rather get somebody that's going to give me something right now. And I think we saw Allen Robinson do that. Steelers will get a little better. They'll get better matchups because the Niners on paper are probably the best defense in the league. Cowboys and Jets too. But I think Allen Robinson is going to get a good chunk of targets now, especially with Pickens. Pickens cannot create separation. So I think Allen Robinson is going to get a good one. And Shaheed, man, Shaheed killed it with the car. Grab him. I think he can be also another league winner. Trey Palmer, I gotta see about him. Now here, I think this is my favorite list besides Daryl Mooney. Mooney, I think, just benefited because Jair Alexander, he was just blanketing DJ Moore. I think Mooney just benefited that. And Claypool sucks, dude. Anybody watch that game? That dude was not blocking. He did not give a fuck. He was just there half-assing everything. Mooney could be a good pickup because of Chase Claypool being such a dud. Tutu Atwell, this dude, and Puka. Yo, Puka could be the next coming of Cup. Oh man, spend 20% of your fab on him. I think he is that guy, especially with him Cup on IR. And God knows if he can come back in 4 weeks. It could be 5 weeks, 6 weeks. This dude is good. Romeo Dobbs, I dropped him in a league and somebody picked him up. I regret it. It's bigger than I remember. For some reason, I have a image in my head where he is a slim, small, slot receiver, but this dude is a monster. He was freaking mossing people. The second touchdown he got, he just basically grabbed it out of the quarterback. Really nicely done. And then Bourne, clear number 1 of that offense. Devontae Parker was out, and Juju is no longer Juju. He has not been Juju since Antonio Brown left. Whatever it is, Bourne is going to get those targets, and I really like him the most out of anybody on that offense. I would want to get him a wide receiver 4, somebody to play on the bye week. He could be that good filler. Now the big men, the tight ends, Hayden Hurst. I had a feeling he could be, but the gut feeling is coming true. Hayden Hurst was a talented prospect coming out of college. I think he was drafted in the first round. I could be wrong, I could be right, but I know he had a big name coming out. He can be a rookie quarterback's best friend, and I think it might be Sam Laporta, the debut national TV. He got a good chunk of targets, and I think he can be successful in this offense. And as the year keeps going, this dude is only going to get better. He's a rookie. He is a high-profile rookie tight end. And these tight ends look very pro-ready. Granson, I don't know. It could be week 1. Richardson also liked him, but he also liked Pittman. I would hold my horses. Even with Ertz, I think Ertz can be good. And this week's matchup against the Giants, I'm going to hold my horses. But if you really need a tight end, he is very, very safe, I would say. But I like the first 2 more than the bottom 2. Now the better tight ends. Ferguson, I would avoid because this dude, he couldn't catch shit. I know it was a horrible day. Dak did target him a lot, but this dude's hands are not good. Musgrave was good. I like Musgrave. I think he's going to keep growing in this offense. He's going to get more of Love's trust. I think he's going to be a good one. And Henry, wow, those catches he was making on the Eagles, incredible. He is good. Hunter Henry, we seem to forget because he's plagued with injuries. We seem to forget, but this dude is very good. Now, if you're desperate and you like Aaron Rodgers, or you don't like the way your quarterback's playing right now, Baker did a fantastic job. I don't know about him to be a top 12 quarterback going forward. Purdy could be. Purdy should be. Purdy is that guy. Purdy put the Niners on his back last season. We saw a glimpse in the offseason, and we're seeing those glimpses now. Him and Brandon Ayuk. Oh my God. This dude can play. He's better than Trey Lance. He is a good quarterback, and he is fantasy relevant. So he's good. AR, Anthony Richardson. I had him on the bench. I should have played him over Danny Jones. My gut was telling me, hey, this is Jacksonville. He's going to come out. He's going to rush. He is going to be that guy. And guess what? He was that guy. He's put up over 20 points. He didn't make mistakes, but I am going to be starting him more. If Anthony Richardson is on your waiver, go get him. Even if he sits on your bench, he will pay off. He could be Lamar Jackson good. And last, we're going to be talking about defenses. We can't be talking about kickers because besides the top offense, if you're ever going for kickers, go for the top offenses that actually are more likely to get in the opposition. I like the Lions kicker a lot because he plays in dome. I go for those things. So I can't go do a kicker, choice for waiver. But we could do defenses because people do stream defenses. Like me, I stream defenses. I was streaming Washington this week. I'm going to probably stream Browns and New York Giants this week. Browns defense was really good, but these 3 are also good too. If Browns and New York Giants are not there, get them. But Detroit Lions, very good against Mahomes. They played great. They held him only to 21 points. Yes, a lot had to do with his receivers just dropping free plays, but still good team. LA Chargers, they're good. They're not going to face Hill and Waddle every single week. So I think they're going to get better. A lot of players are coming back from injury. Just Chargers had the worst luck last season. And Colts did good, especially against Houston. Yeah, Colts would be a good team to actually choose. So those are my choices. There you have it, Big Blue Fantasy family. Those are the waiver wire pickups. Make sure you get them. If you think you shouldn't spend your money or your spots, trust me, these things help a lot in the long run. You should be doing this. I hope your week 1 was good and week 2 is even better. Fantasy football is here. I'm loving it. I'm excited even though Giants suck. I'm still hopeful for them, for my teams. I did good. I won 2 of my leagues and I lost 1. I'm only doing 3 this year. Did a lot of underdog. We'll talk about that differently. But my half point PPR, I lost that one. Barkley didn't come through. Allen didn't come through. Cam Akers didn't come through. So that's a different story. But 2 of them, I did really well. We'll talk about that later. So good luck. I hope you win it all. I hope week 2 is amazing. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm Suhe, Big Blue Fantasy. I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye-bye.